Hi, I'm Elena of Financial Demics, where I give you the tips and tools to manage your money, increase your savings and your income, and decrease your debt. And today we are talking about 7 money lessons I have learned. All right, y'all. So it's my birthday. Well, by the time you see this, it's the day after my birthday. But I celebrate my birthday the whole month, so it's still my birthday. So I thought it would be cool to bring you some of the money lessons that I have learned in my adult life. I was going to do the amount of my birthday, but then we'll be here forever. So, let's bring that on down. And so I'm going to tell you about 7 different money lessons that I have learned. So the first money lesson that I learned very early on was do not spend money until you have it in hand. You can always make a plan for the money. So if you know you're getting a refund, you know you're getting a bonus, make a plan for how you will spend the money. But don't start spending the money because you do not control that money until it's in your hand. So make sure you don't set yourself up for failure, especially if there's a delay in you actually physically getting the money. So wait until you actually get the money to start spending it, but definitely make a plan for how you're going to spend the money so you do not just go on a shopping spree that wasn't even planned for. And since we're talking about making a plan for your money, making a plan for your money is essential. I don't care how much money you make. It's important for you to have some type of plan for how you spend your money, rules as to maybe when you stop spending. Like I have a friend who has a rule where once his checking account hits $500, that's it, which I think is a pretty cool rule and it works for him. But I have a rule where I'm planning every single dollar of what I consider bill money and spending money, and then I have a separate plan for anything additional that comes in. But have a plan. Having a plan for your money is going to help you get closer to those money goals that you have for yourself. It truthfully is just really part of the strategy. A budget is a strategy to help you get closer to your financial goals. The next one is fun money is essential. You hear this from me all the time, and that's because I live by it. It was the best thing that could ever happen for me when it came to managing my money, because when I initially started budgeting, I was really strict and it was not working. First of all, I was struggling with budgeting, and then it was just, I was too strict. It wasn't working for me, and that's because I'm naturally a spender. So to make it work for me, guess what I need? Money to spend. Now it doesn't have to be a lot. It could be $25 a month for all I care. But having a little bit of money to spend, no questions asked, is essential for just being happy in life. You just got to make it work for your budget. The fourth money lesson that I learned was that debt can really get in the way of the lifestyle that you want for yourself. Now, I talked about my debt payoff story, so I'll link it here. But the way I learned that hard lesson was I was going to get my PhD for free. And basically, I couldn't afford to go do it because I had too much debt. And so I am a proponent of not necessarily having a lot of debt. I don't speak towards having no debt. I know having no debt makes life excellent. But depending on your lifestyle and the reality of certain things, you may have a little bit of debt. But trying to keep it as low as possible, and even at zero, if that works, if it's possible for you, then that is going to help you live the lifestyle that you actually want to live for yourself. The next money lesson that I learned at the early age of 21 was that you need more than one stream of income. So in college, I was a single mother, pretty new mother too, because I had my son in college. I was working part-time, getting paid a lot of money, not thinking it at the time, but when looking back, I was balling in college. And I was going to school, of course, right? Well, in my senior year, my employer decided to get rid of the particular department that I worked in, And that department was just really good for college students. It was mostly college students working in that department because they were very flexible on our schedule. So every semester my schedule would change according to what classes I had, which put me in a hard place because I was in school, I was in my last year, so there was no way, I was gonna be able to find a job that really fit that way. I could, but not making that type of money. And so I learned very quickly that it's important to not depend on just one stream of income. So you definitely need side hustles out there and other ways to bring in money. And speaking of that one stream of income, that brings me into my next tip. You need an emergency fund. I don't even think I have to explain this one. I feel like we have seen it. If you haven't seen it, blessings to you. You need an emergency fund, point blank, period. And I'm always for a 6-month minimum, but put the amount of money in your emergency fund that makes you feel comfortable, but definitely have 6 months minimum. At this point, I really want to tell people to have at least a year. The 7th money lesson that I've learned is that you should start investing early. And I hear this a lot when it comes to your retirement investing, which I wholeheartedly agree. Start investing early for your retirement. You may be able to put yourself in a position where you can become part of the FIRE movement, financially independent retire early movement, where you can retire earlier than the classic, I would say 65, because that's kind of like the classic number for Social Security, even though that's not even realistic anymore. And also invest after tax. So not just your retirement like through an IRA or 401k, but also have investments that are after tax money. So basically an investment account where either you have mutual funds or stocks or ETFs. You want to make sure that you are controlling your future and building wealth for yourself. You don't want to wait till later in life. And even if you do it later in life, because again, you might be close to my age, then just start. Learn. There's so many different ways that you can learn how to invest. I've talked about it multiple times before, but start investing so that you can have some type of control over your wealth building and your future. And I have an actual bonus tip because I had 7, but I actually have a bonus tip. And you don't have to be a tax pro, but understand your taxes. At least, at the very, very, very least, ask questions of either the person who prepares your taxes. Spend a little money and sit down with someone for an hour, a CPA for an hour, or accountant, or a very experienced tax preparer, because it's very important to understand how things affect your taxes, and so that you can put yourself in a better position for later. A lot of people don't realize that they don't take some of the tax breaks that are available for them, or they don't participate so that they can get the tax breaks that are available for them, and then they end up spending more money in taxes. And then, there's always that conversation, well, I didn't know. You also didn't ask, right? So don't depend on someone else to teach you a little bit about your tax situation. Make sure you understand it. Make sure you understand the things that will affect your taxes and can bring down your tax liability. It is going to benefit you in the long run. It will have more money in your pocket, and that's what you want. Okay? So, in the comments below, let me know a money lesson that you have learned. I would love to hear them. And maybe we could do a compilation of just money lessons in general. Especially if you all give me a whole bunch, I can really share them with others. And if you like this video and it was helpful for you, please give it a thumbs up. It helps get the video out to more people. And if you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and subscribe, because remember, it's my birthday, and if you haven't seen, I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by July 31st, 2021. So I'm gonna need you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button because I'm bringing all the information about managing your money and getting your money right. And I'll see you next week with an all new video. Bye.